last time we looked at P2PKH and how the script is used to unlock the expected UTXO. So right now we'll be looking at the Wrapped SegWit. The Wrapped SegWit. So I'll just check my balance. Get balance. Okay, so I have this balance. So what I'll just do, I'll just send the coins. So I'm just using a single output, but it is the same process for multiple outputs. So I'll be moving the coins from this wallet to this wallet. So yeah, I'll be sending to this address. Now I'll be sending to this one. Yeah, so that's it. So right now, this is my transaction ID. So I'll just call this previous. This is my previous transaction, and then this is my current. This is my current wrapped transaction. So this transaction is also from Wrapped SegWit to a Wrapped SegWit. This is the same. So now I'll check the transaction. So the current transaction should be having an input that has an out point for this transaction. So I will just try and get the transaction. First of all, I'll get this and confirm that it has an input that points to the previous wrapped transaction. Okay, so it should have an input, a VIN that points to this 874. Yeah. So right now I'll just get the output. This output over here is what now I'll get so that I can determine the lock that was used so that I can unlock it with these ones, with these conditions over here. So these are the conditions to satisfy the locks on this. So I'll just copy it and then find that transaction. Okay. So these were the locks. These are the locks that were used. So it's just a single output, and this was the lock. So this one is the lock. So first of all, we will run this one on our simulator and then confirm that it works correctly before moving on to something else. So the first thing, so we just have our simple simulator for the wrapped one. So the wrapped one has two steps. The first step is for pay to script hash, script pub key, and the other one is for the normal one that we did last time. So the first thing that we'll be doing will be copying the redeem script hexadecimal and then pushing it, and then pushing also this one. So these are common processes. So the first one will push the redeem script hex, which we'll get from here. The redeem script hex is from the input of the current transaction, which is here. ending with 874, not really. So our current transaction is here, ending with 8E7, this latest one. So the first thing, we'll be copying the redeem script from there. So that should be the input here. Here is the redeem script. So this is the entire redeem script as it is. So we'll be copying it here in our simulator. Yeah, and then the expected hash 160, which is from the script pub. The script pub from the previous transaction, which whose ID is ending with 874, the previous wrapped. So I'll just look at the output script, vout, and check. This is the expected one. So we'll just copy it and paste it over here. Yeah, and then after that, so we are done with step one. So step one is just checking. It's just checking all this. It's just checking across this. So it's taking this and then applying the hash 160 and then checking if they are equal. That is the first. So now the second step, we are just using the pay to witness pub key hash. So we'll be taking the signature. So this is the signature of the current transaction, and our current transaction ID ends with E7. I think it's the top one. Yeah, the E7, this one. So we'll be taking the witness information. So this is the witness information. I'll be taking this signature, copying it over here, and then taking the public key, and copying it over here. And then I will take part of the redeem script, which is the pub key hash. So part of it, here it is. I'll be taking this and then pasting it over here. Only this time, this just shows the version of the SegWit, which is version 0, and this tells us to push the 20 bytes onto the stack. So we'll just remove the instructions. Yeah, so we'll just remove the instructions. So now this is the pub key hash from the redeem script. This is the redeem script. Remember the redeem script is from the input, is from the scriptSig of our current transaction. Yeah. So now we'll be simulating it and see how it goes. So we have said that it is composed of two processes. The Wrapped SegWit is composed of two processes. The first process checks the redeem script hex. It pushes this to the stack. And then performs this hash from this one, pops it, and then performs this hash, and then checks if they are equal. If they are equal, it returns true. That is the first step. The second step now is just the same step that we performed initially in the last tutorial. Yeah, so I think I will just add the breakpoints and then run it in debug mode so that we can see how the script are being evaluated. So this is the first step. Yes, so right now the stack is empty. Now we've pushed the redeem script. So now here is the redeem script. So the redeem script is just the entire, for the first process, the redeem script is just the entire, this entire assembly form of the current transaction. After pushing the redeem script, let us just print the stack so that we can know. Yeah, so after that, we are pushing the expected hash 160, which is this one, which is from the script pub. That is for the previous transaction, the one that we are consuming. So we are just coming to the vout and checking it. This one over here is the expected one, the 1D. Yeah, so again, now we are checking if they are equal and then printing the stack. So it is true they are equal. The hash of the hex and the expected hash 160 are equal, so the first step is done. Now we are moving to the second step. Yeah, so for the second step, we have replaced the signature. We are just using, it is just the same thing as last time, but right now we are not including the entire redeem script. We're just including the pub key hash from the redeem script. So now there is no 0, 0 and 14 because those are just instructions telling us what to do. So now we'll just continue. Next. So now we are going into step 2. Yes, so this is the pub key from the redeem. So we are the first step, we are pushing the witness. So remember, this is for the check sig, so we'll not do that. We are just doing up to the equal point. So printing the stack, we are seeing our signature. And then the same step, we are duplicating the public key, which is witness index 1. And then after printing the stack, we can see we have the 2 public keys. And then right now we are pushing the pub key from the redeem script onto the stack and then printing the stack, as you can see. And then we are popping them all. We are popping the first item and the second item and checking if they are equal. So and we see that the verification is successful. So what you should just know about the wrapped SegWit is that there's the previous wrapped transaction and the current wrapped transaction. So this current wrapped transaction points, it has an input that has an outpoint to this transaction. So we are going back to this transaction and getting the expected redeem script. As we can see from this process, we are getting this one from the script pub, expected hash 160. And then after that, we are loading, we have already loaded the redeem script hex. So this is from the scriptSig, that is the current transaction. And then we are checking if it satisfies. If it satisfies, we can now proceed to the second step. The second step, which is now the pay to pub key hash. So that is why it is called wrapped. Yeah, because the first step we are looking at pay to script hash, and then the second step we are now looking at the SegWit.